Good morning, you guys. I am back with another Sims4 house build, and it's been a while, hasn't it? As you guys know, if you don't, I was in Las Vegas for about 5-6 days, and I am back now doing house builds. So, yay! So I asked you guys on Twitter if you guys preferred long videos or short videos. And you guys said you like long videos, which is fine. Um, and I asked if you guys wanted me to do a big house or a small house. So I did a big house because that's what you guys wanted. And yeah, it turned out pretty cool, I think. Maybe the roofing didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to, but you know, I like this house. I really do. And it's called, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to yawn while I'm doing this voiceover, so I'm like pausing a little bit. But anyway, so this is called DesertRidge Vacation Home, and I know that this is in Oasis Springs, right? So why is there no, like, where's the desert part? Like, why is it all grass right now? Does this happen in the summer in seasons? Does the desert part just go away? I don't understand, because there's like little to no like sand or anything anywhere around the area that I was in. So I don't know if it's just because of the part of Oasis Springs that I'm in, or what. But there's not a lot of like desert, if you know what I mean. So I was very confused by that. But this is in Oasis Springs, so the name of the house does suit it quite well. And this could be a regular home for your Sims, or it could be a vacation home like I intended it to be. It is quite large, and there is a lot in it. There's a pool, there's a hot tub, there's a gym, there's 4 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms, and one of the bedrooms has 2 beds in it, so it could sleep quite a few Sims. So you won't have any problems with sleeping arrangements. So yeah. I know that I would tell you guys about my trip to Vegas, so I am. The flight, I don't know if I've talked about it, but I don't like flying. I hate flying. So on the trip there, I did faint. And it was okay. I was fine. Sorry, I'm yawning again. um, But the second flight on the way home, there was turbulence, and I hated that. That's scary. I've never experienced that before, and I really don't want to ever again, but I probably will. I don't know. So, sorry about that. So the first day in Vegas was like, we just chilled out a bit, and there's slot machines everywhere. There's gambling, or yeah, there's gambling in the airport in Vegas. That's how much there is. There's just gambling everywhere, and every single hotel has a casino in it, which, I mean, I know. Don't be surprised, Grave, because it's Vegas. There's gambling everywhere. And I knew that, but I didn't know like how much gambling in casinos there were, and there's a lot. Like, just anywhere you go. Outside of the strip, there's gambling. Even outside of the strip, really, there's casinos and stuff, and wedding chapels everywhere. um, so yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did attend about 4 hours of the Vans Warp Tour, and my sister and I had to leave early because it was so incredibly hot it was excruciatingly hot. It was 99 plus degrees and it was only going to get hotter. And guys, Las Vegas in the summertime, it's freaking hot. It's 100 degrees every single day. And I am not kidding. It gets up to 120 sometimes. And luckily it didn't get that hot while we were there. But it did get up to at least 108, I think. And wow, that was terrible. I don't know how you Nevadians do it every single day. I don't know how you survive except for just staying inside. Like, it's hot. So, my family and I want to go back probably next year, but we're gonna go in like, September, October, because then it's like normal temperatures for us. Like the 70s and 80s, maybe even 90s, but 70s and 80s is like way better. So at Warped Tour, I did get to see one band, Motionless in White, so that was pretty cool. I got some pictures of that. But it was just too hot. And I have some complaints about the Warped Tour in Las Vegas because, okay, not really complaints because I understand why they have these rules in place after the shooting at the Mandalay Bay. Well, not really at the Mandalay Bay. The shooter was shooting from Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas at a music festival that was happening. So the rules at big events have changed drastically, and there was security everywhere. There was police everywhere. We couldn't bring in our aerosol sunscreens because aerosol can be dangerous. You can turn that into a weapon easily. But it was disappointing because we had just paid for it. And in Las Vegas, if you don't know, they have tax on everything. So it's more expensive than it already is. So that was like $12 we spent on one can of sunscreen. So that was sad. But we understood why. And so the second part, when we got in there, is that they were selling sunscreen, but it was literally 1 ounce tubes of sunscreen for $5. And my sister's like, are you kidding me right now? So the lady gave her a second one for free. And she's like, if I didn't have to make you pay for it, I wouldn't make you pay for it. I think she felt just as bad about it as we did. But then I was told that I couldn't have a backpack. Which, okay, I understand that. But everyone else had backpacks, so I was made to pay $25. Yes, $25 to put my backpack in a locker. And I had to take out everything that was necessary for me to have, which was like, my ID and my debit card and sunscreen and the schedule, for which match we're playing when. So that part was frustrating, more so than the sunscreen thing. So that was terrible, and so that part was sad, but it was Warped Tour was on a very small lot in downtown Las Vegas. If you live in Las Vegas and you've been to Warped Tour there, you know what I'm talking about. But for those who don't, it's very small and the stages are kind of close together. So, which was nice because they were easy to find. But it was still like, it was very crowded. And the line to get water was really bad. It was so crowded. And they did have a huge air-conditioned tent, which the first time my sister and I went in it was great. But by the time we went back in, there were so many people in there that it was not even worth being in there anymore. It was that was when we decided that we needed to leave. As upset as I was about it, I knew that passing out or having the potential to pass out from heat exhaustion was not a smart thing to do. All the bands that I wanted to see, like Black Veil Brides, Simple Plan, and Falling in Reverse, were all playing much later in the day, and we had like 3-4 hours to kill until then, which was not great. I wish that I had known that the bands that I really wanted to see were playing later in the day, because then we would have came much later, so that we wouldn't have to be sitting doing nothing in heat for like 3 hours. So that sucked. And I did experience Fremont Street, for anyone that wants to know. Fremont Street is a party. It's very easy to get very intoxicated, which I did. That was a trip. They have a cool light show, and there was at least there's 2, I think, local bands that were playing that night, and so it was free to see them. That was pretty cool. And the first and only light show that I'm aware of that they did while I was there, they did 3 Green Day songs, and that was really cool. So that was fun to see and watch. And at Fremont Street, there's so much, like, there's mainly just, like, there's a tattoo shop, there's a lot of, you know, casinos and stuff, and bars, and there's a lot of, like, street performers and street artists, which is really cool, too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell you everything about Vegas in this video. I might have to talk about it more in a different video, on Friday, but I will just talk about as much as I can. So I did go to Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. If you don't know who he is the, like, he has a show called Ghost Adventures, and they do investigations, like ghost hunting and stuff, and he has a museum in Las Vegas with a whole bunch of, like, haunted artifacts and dolls and stuff, and we didn't end up going through because there are, like, 2 jump scares in it, and I can't handle that for my anxiety issues, so that was a bummer. And the security outside was so nice to me, and they were like, you know, we understand, and the guide for the tour was really understanding, so that was nice. But, you know, it was still really a big bummer. And the problem is that I could skip it if I wanted to. I mean, but if there had been more people with us and more people had come to join us on the tour, then I wouldn't be able to do that, because obviously she can't just leave me alone. So that was the issue. If more people ended up joining us on our guided tour, then I would have had to have gone through, and I can't do that. So that was sucky. After that, we went to, like, Circus Circus, which Circus Circus is not good anymore. It's terrible. It's like this big, like, arcade / adventure dome thing. I'll explain more on Friday's build, because this video is about to get to the screenshots really soon, so I'm gonna have to cut it off here, guys. So I hope that you enjoyed this nice long build. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and like, comment, and subscribe for weekly sister videos, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!